Hello, everybody. I've had something on my mind and I wanted to talk to you about this. I was looking up the definition of frumpy. Now, I know we've all heard it, and here's what the definition says. It says it's dowdy and old-fashioned, typically used of a woman and her clothing. Now, I don't know about you, but as a woman who is 50 and beyond, I know that it's very easy to lose touch with the fashion trends and everything that is going into fashion, and it takes a lot of energy to keep up with all of these changes. And sometimes we just get to the point where we're like, I don't care. And I think that's when frumpy sets in. I went through this myself, and so I've come up with 6 tips to kind of help you get out of the frump zone. We're going to call this a no frump zone. And so just be aware. I guess that's what I want to say, because I wasn't even aware of it. I mean, my husband had to point it out to me. He's like, what is wrong with you? You've just got where you're saying, I don't care about anything. Whether you went to the store, in pajamas, you wouldn't have cared. And so I realized this, actually, that was a part of my menopause, which I do now know. And so once I found out what the problem was and what the issue was, I have now gone into trying to help others see this. So my first tip for not looking frumpy is to avoid ill-fitting and baggy clothing. Just because you don't want your lumps and bumps to show doesn't mean you have to dress in a tent. And I'll show you a photo of me where I am so frumpy looking. And this was after I started the blog. So the hard part right at this moment is oversized clothing is trending. So everything you go to look at right now is boxy and oversized. So you can have a couple of those items. They look really nice with a thin bottom, like a slim bottom. So like when I'm wearing my leggings, I can wear maybe a boxy crop top. That looks fine. But if it's just shapeless and you can't see any shape under that, like you're pregnant or something, my husband used to tease me. I was wearing Omar the tent maker clothing because you couldn't see I had a shape underneath. So stay away from those shapeless items, and instead try to find something that creates curves, such as cardigans, blazers, or pick things like a shift dress, something that will skim the body. It may float away from, like if you carry your body, your weight in your waist or your hips, it may flow away from it, but it gives you at least some shape. Tip number 2, do experiment with the different styles and trends. But don't get caught up in, oh, that was trending 5 years ago. I can still wear it. Take my advice and look at this top. Holy moly. That is no longer in style. Not only is the shoulder stuff not in style, but even like that tunic, dressy look to wear with leggings. Now, if you've got those, wear them at home. But if you don't want to look frumpy, don't wear them outside. You do want to have some trends. So don't get me wrong. I do want to have trends, and I think that keeps you modern and relevant looking. But just be aware of what the trends are. Follow me and I'll tell you. But right now, you might want to just add maybe some color to your wardrobe. That's actually tip number 3. Add color. But look at right now, what is trending is some of the Barbie colors, like the hot pinks and the lime greens. That's really trending. Also, tassels, like fringe, except more thick tassels are trending. Huge bows are trending. Now, these may not be items for you. Pick what is for you and pick that. And as I said, add more color. So black is slimming, we all know it. Navy is slimming, and at the same time, it can make you look older. So what we're trying to do is to mix things up a little bit. add some color, add the pink in. It makes your skin and it just pops. You look so much more vibrant. But if you don't like, and if it makes you nervous to have bright colors, maybe add something. I have a bright pink handbag. I love a bright green handbag. Shoes, wear them on your feet, or even some jewelry, stuff like that. Add something, but don't be afraid to accessorize. Now, this is a big one. Tip number 4, do not wear soiled or wrinkled clothing. There's no reason for it. Throw it in the dryer, at least get the wrinkles, the deep wrinkles out. Make sure it's clean. And if it's not, there's so many affordable ways you can have more clothing. And I get it. It's sometimes we are on a budget and you're like, I can't afford it. This is all I have. But I've gone to many yard sales and I've bought lots of clothing. And for 50 cents, you can get a shirt. And for $1 or $2, you can have a pair of jeans. So you don't have to have soiled clothing. I usually use a steamer right now for most of my clothes. It doesn't get like pleats. I want to say seams, like down your pants. Those seams aren't really in style. So you don't have to iron for hours to get those crisp seams down your pants. You can just steam as long as it looks like you're at least took some effort. Then that's all you need. And there's also a thing called wrinkle release. I think Dowdy makes it. I'll link to that. But that's perfect. I do that a lot of times when I'm in a hurry. I'll spray it on the clothing, lay it on the bed, just, make it lay flat. And then when it dries, it takes most of the wrinkles out. It gets you enough of the wrinkles out to go with it. And not the last one, number 5, add accessories, which as I was talking about is your earrings. That makes you look like your necklace, your handbags, all of this, even if a scarf, that looks like you care. That looks like you put effort into it. So put some effort into your look. That alone, just that one. You could take any of these, just one. Just try adding one tip, and that makes a huge difference. Just try switching up things. Maybe switch up your bag, adding your jewelry, etc. And the last tip is just to embrace what your personal style is. And I know you're thinking, well, my personal style might be frumpy, but I don't think so. And the reason that is when you dressed in a way that is authentic to you, that, like for me, I love colors. So for me to dress in this makes me comfortable, makes me confident. My sister prefers the dark colors. She prefers blacks, grays, and navies. So for her to wear the pink would make her uncomfortable. She needs to stay in her personal style so that she feels confident, because that is something when you just radiate, when you feel like you look good. So it doesn't matter if your style is bohemian, if it's classic, if it's just, eclectic, because that's kind of me, I'm eclectic. Just long as you are polished, not wrinkled, not oversized and fitted, then you're fine. You're no longer frumpy. No frumpy. So even though it's a concern for most of us, just be confident and stylish no matter what your age. Just make sure your clothing fits. I hope you enjoyed this little video. And if you did, please share it with others just by telling them, or you can hit the share button on here and share it to Facebook, share it to Instagram, wherever you want to share it. And others can find help and get out of the frump zone. I hope you have a great day. See ya.